Afternoon all. There was a very dramatic game in the Reykjavic Open, which is soon to be finished. It was in round 2 of the Reykjavic Open. A grandmaster by the name of Basim Amin, 2-6-3-1, was playing a Scottish player, Andrew Moir. And this game was highlighted on the Scottish chess forum by someone called Jeff Chandler, who is a very interesting and entertaining, informative chess columnist. And he had highlighted this position and the ingredients of it. And it so happened that I mentioned it on Blitz. I was playing Blitz with some friends over the weekend, and one of my good friends, Paul Georgie, had already seen it as well. News has spread about this game, so you might not have seen it yet. So Basim Amin, playing white, played what seemed to be a very, very good move in this position. I wonder if you can spot what he felt was a very good move here. If I give you 10 seconds starting from now. Okay, you might have observed white does have a seemingly powerful forcing move, knight takes e5. Now, I want to test something actually about optical illusions, or actually calculation as well. On knight takes e5, now the resourceful among you would have spotted that the idea of knight takes e5 relates to the seemingly unfortunate position of this bishop in relation to this rook, and the possibility of this bishop as well doing something useful. Let's go into knight takes e5. Black has a variety of ways of recapturing on e5, which all need to be calculated. So there's knight takes e5, d takes e5, or bishop takes e5. And you might think, well, in all cases you just play rook takes f5. Whoops, I've spoilt it there. But what is the problem with rook takes f5? Queen takes f5. I wonder, without showing you any moves, if you can spot the problem. So let's imagine you have to work out, first of all, 3 branches here of recapturing on e5, and then work out, the challenge for you is to work out what on earth would be wrong with rook takes f5 after, with the resource in mind of bishop e4 skewing the queen to the king. So I've given you the big hint there what the resource is, but my question to you is, how on earth does this resource actually potentially have an issue with it? So in terms of calculation, this is really testing the limits, because first you've got to factor in 3 different ways of capturing on e5, and second of all, you've got to try and visualize this position with rook takes f5, queen f5, bishop e4, and see, is there an issue against any of those recaptures on e5 here. And if you can see the issue within the next 10 seconds, then I think you're quite a good resourceful tactical player, because it's quite hidden here. So if I give you 10 seconds, can you see the issue with this combinatory idea? So I'll give you 10 seconds starting from now. Okay, now don't worry. Let's play it through a little bit more. On d takes e5, the combinatory idea would seem to work. Rook takes f5, queen takes, bishop e4, and it works. We've won the queen. On bishop takes e5, again, the combinatory idea would seem to have very little issue with it here. Queen takes f5, bishop e4, and it works. So it's actually the sting which might exist here is on knight takes e5. So I wonder if you can, if I give you this clue here, we've stepped one more into position. What is the problem with rook takes f5 here? If I give you 10 seconds starting from now in this position, going one step closer. Okay, you might not have spotted it yet, so let's go a little bit closer to it. This position, rook takes f5, queen takes f5. Now the grandmaster in the game realized here, whoops, that there's a problem with his concept.
he actually played rook f1, and the game continued, queen e6, and 0-1. White resigns. White's just a rook down here. So what was the problem with bishop e4? Let's put it on the board. Can you see what the problem with this whole combination was? If I give you 10 seconds from here. Okay, I hope you can spot it. Even though it looks horrific to have the queen skewered like this, the queen can sacrifice itself. Queen takes e4. And that f3 square that was earlier covered by 2 pieces of white is now vulnerable after d takes to knight f3 check. And black would just be a rook up. Ouch. So this is the upset which occurred in round 2. So Andrew Meyer 2-3-1-3 beat someone over 300 points higher. Let's just check the game from the start. So he had played for this f5 pawn sack, which seems quite thematic, especially with the king, which seems to be unfortunately placed on h7. It just seems to be crying out for this absolutely thematic looking f5, which is one of the staggering things about it, because this bishop's kind of liberated with the e4 square, and you would think also this rook's kind of liberated down the f file. So this looks like an absolutely thematic pawn sack if ever there was one. And it also, means this rook is restricted, this bishop's potentially restricted. So g takes, e takes. We saw knight takes, bishop takes, and then this faulty combination. Perhaps this is the sort of thing where you would instantly imagine, working in a 5-minute game without question. And it's only if you checked it afterwards with an engine, you'd think, oh blimey, there was this amazing tactic I just missed. But in this position, the f3 square is covered by 2 pieces. So we see knight takes e5. Just a faulty combination. Knight takes. It's just faulty. That rook f1 is just an admission of defeat. But bishop e4, queen takes e4, and we'd have knight f3. So I thought that was an impressive game there, an impressive tactical demonstration of the resources in chess. Hope you enjoyed it. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.